Yes, I discovered in the library, in the university's books of Fritz Perls. So I wrote them, and they offered me so much support, and so there are 3 years that I'm coming here, and I'm very impacted by coming here.
I'm amazed with the number of us Eastern Europeans sitting here. I remember 9 years ago, I hitchhiked to the half of Europe to participate my first summer residential.
Because our training in psychotherapy this time was very limited, was very one-sided. It was very interpretative and deterministic. But the real psychoanalytical work was in the underground. The psychoanalytical training was secret.
I am sure that also in other countries, people now learn what freedom is about. And I think that Gestalt is the way of being free.
And the first contact with Gestalt therapy was this basic experience of here and now, what I never experienced before, and that such a possibility that I can learn through my own experience.
Gestalt therapy is very useful for our conditions. In last regime, it was all was very stuck and very boring and very same by day, but it was safe. And now people are confronted with a lot of insecurity, a lot of unsafety, and they are confused. Many news and new things, but it is really very difficult to deal with it for people.
He said in one of his speeches that we have a person, we have a problem. No person, no problem. It wasn't a joke, it was his words.
Yes, it was his voice, but now it's a joke, I think.
It is very important now to come from the we to I, from ours to mine, and also the problem of boundary is very important. Gestalt is very flexible itself, because in Russia now, when the communistic ideology is lost, people are ready to interject something new. It is very important to have the possibility to adjust.
In Moscow we have main organization, Moscow Gestalt Institute, and we have many connections with other city, and it's maybe very good opportunity to develop Gestalt therapy in Russia.
This part of Gestalt work, which concerns owning experience, responsibility, getting more competent in one's own life, for me was always very important in my work with patients. And till 1990, it was like going against the stream.
My patients some of them were very satisfied to being considered human beings and not only disabled people. Their part in their treatment became very clear to them, so they became responsible for their therapy, not only passive. And on the other side, the benefits for me, and I think for most doctors, could be trying to be ourselves, even if we work all the time under tension and under pressure, not only dealing all the time with disease and with pain and with death.
The dialogical way of treating clients, we can help them to be themselves aware of what's happening with them, and then also, as Helena mentioned, to take their own responsibility for what they are going to do with that.
What I found really very important, it's this understanding and taking into account the complexity of the reality in which we are living now, and especially in training how to deal with differences which are between people, between their interests, between their life situations, and between groups, and between political attitudes. Notion of dialogical way of dealing with differences and discussing with conflict.
This notion and of responsibility, which doesn't matter whether we work with the client, with the family, with a group, or even on the bigger scale. We are not that much used to taking responsibility. So giving that perspective to people is a new thing, and then it's of course useful and important because it changes a lot and can change not only them when they are clients, but also it has bigger impact on the bigger field.
I think that dialogue, the Gestalt approach, it would be, and it is very useful to help people understand each other, to help people to meet each other's needs, and to somehow to find out resolution of our problems.
I saw how seriously people started to change, and that made me to think serious about Gestalt and to join this program.
I wish somehow I could do something and could bring Gestalt therapy more in Romania. And
for me, it's really something as a possibility to feel myself as a part of large field and having contact with the world.